Hi friends. Somebody asked me after looking at my family journal video whether I'd show the daily books and how they were used. So this is the first one of my grandfather's that I have. Weather. So he's reusing a University of Sydney notebook. Goodness knows when this is from. So he's written Weather 1949, and my dad has written Swallowfield, which was the family property, Armidale Diary. Now, even though that says 1949, oh no, that is 1949, but here we have, ooh. Oh, look at that. Okay, here we have an earlier one without a cover, 1947. Now, my grandfather was a grazier, a sheep grazier, and so this, what have we got? September 1947, he had the date and then the minimum and maximum temperatures. Back in production after fire on May the 6th, they had a house fire and lost a lot of everything, really. So yeah, back in production, I guess that means back on the farm. 110 points of rain. Oh, back in the day before millimetres. Points of an inch, was that? I'm not sure. And then, so on the 8th of September 1947, the minimum was 40 and the maximum was 58. This is Fahrenheit. I don't know how to convert that because we're Celsius here now, of course. But anyway, drew logs from back of East Paddock, cutting timber. Nan and N and H in town. K, that would be Dad, home for the day. Cutting timber. So it's all building chicken houses. Wally's second wedding anniversary party. Wally and Nerida won at poker. Church. John moving. So there's a few family things in here, but mostly we've got, oh, here we go, maximum, minimum, and now rainfall. Very close to a frost. Brenda and Nigel collecting veggies. Dad caught a fish. Heavenly day, light snowfall. No? Oh, Elle mournfully pulling corn. This must be my grandmother's writing because Elle was my grandfather. Letters from Melbourne, Elle no good. Took Elle to the doctor, so is now easier. K here. All the something sick. Anyway, this is very difficult to read. Ooh, and very fragile. The 1949 one, same sort of thing. These ones are easier to read. Here's a 1951. And here we go into barometric pressure as well. And this is very difficult to read, partly because it was all in pencil, so fine. Shearing finished. Oh, and here's another column. Oh no, that's rainfall again. And I think at the front of the book, yeah, so we've got the years with the lowest temperature, lowest barometric, highest barometric, rainfall and frost. So as a grazier, this is really valuable information. Interestingly, I was just talking to my cousin, and his mother, Dad's sister, also kept a diary in this fashion. So here's one of Dad's later ones, which he always kept in this sort of minute book. But I actually, when I dug around downstairs, I found these loose leaf ones. Oops. which are a terrible mess. They were in one of those, you know, the bitey kind of old-fashioned binders where you just poke it in and it clamps around it. But I've taken it out because you couldn't read. You can see this is where it would have been clamped in. And he was very careful with paper because here we have 1957, but on the back we have 1961. But then on the back of this one, it could be something completely different. 1958 is on the back of that one. So it's all over the place and quite hard to follow. So Dad also did a minimum and maximum temperature, rain, but he also included eggs because he started keeping chooks. This is before I was born. Accident to car, Helen to lunch, back to work, all sorts of things in here about being setting up their place, so working on double terrace round lawn, planted cinerarias, vivid lightning, thunder all day, rain, torrential downpour, sowed potatoes. So it became a family, a garden, and a weather sort of a thing. Diary. And a record of, like, his left for trip, stayed at Sunny Corner, camped at Bland Creek, stayed at Yenda, camped Moolamain Creek, camped Sea Lake, Ian Burned Eye, no, Leg, Motel Mount Gambier, Port Macdonald, Victoria. So what gets more interesting for me, at least, is when we get to the point. So here's my brother's born, my older sister's born. I like it when, here we go, May 1963, Penelope May baptised. This is when it really gets interesting for me because I start being in it. But, you know, Ian goes to big school. When we get a little older, oh, look, and you can see in May 1962, it will, oh no, look, May 1962 is on this side. So confusing. When we get a little bit older, it started to become a record of things that we said, which were cute. Now, can I find something here? Judy transposes F and S. Fling a sork at a sog is fling a fork at a frog. Ian still says W for L. Well, that's not particularly funny, but they get funnier, trust me, and then you can embarrass your children with these forevermore if you start to do it. Mum went to see Mrs. Watsey, Ian's teacher, about his psychological sicknesses which were bad the previous week. He claims that he is bottom in everything. Teacher says his reading is 4th class standard, he is in 2nd class, and everything else was up to standard. Next day and thereafter he was quite happy. Oh, can I read that? Groans from me at 3 a.m. What are you doing? Banging my head. Why are you doing that? Because I like it. I was 3. Come on. Who knows what I was doing, really? Or why? Anyway, it became... Here we go. Sayings of the month. Me. I have a new undercoat. That was for an overcoat. Ian in hysterics. Mummy, tell Judy not to play with us. We've played 5 games of concentration and she's won all of them. Judy. Mummy, why do I tell lies? Here. Judy. Mummy, Daddy. Daddy arrives. Something. What is the matter? Daddy, I don't know which way I'm facing. Daddy. Oh, the joys of parenthood. It gets more embarrassing, trust me, when we get older, he also recorded, all the embarrassing teenage things, but I'm not going to tell you those. Anyway, when we, once we'd all grown up, he and Mum put together there were four of us, for each of us, a photo album with, our relevant photos in, and typed up, I did the typing, typed up cute and embarrassing sayings taken out of these diaries. And they're quite treasured copies. And Q reminded me, that I actually recorded what she and her brother used to say when they were little, and her only complaint was that I didn't record enough. Oh, it must be in this side. So when she was 4, she loved ballet, which she called ballet. She rushed up to her father after her first lesson and said, "Do you know we did habit rops?" Stayed overnight at a friend's. At breakfast time, she said, "Can I have sugar on my brekkie?" Karen said, "Do you have sugar at home?" "Yes." Sugar sprinkled on. Q smiled. "I only have pretend sugar at home." Busy playing with lipsticks. "Mum, come and look at these glamour slips." This was great. All my by self. I love that. We still say that. My mother-in-law was up, and she was a very difficult woman. There was a beautiful sunset, and she said to Q, "Come and look at the beautiful sunset." Q was busy doing something else and said, "I know, I saw it yesterday." Q, "Know what? I'm going to marry Ben Mawini." Me, "Have you told him yet?" "No, I'll tell him next Thursday." Watching her brother giggling away while splashing in the pool. "Look, Mum, isn't he cute? He looks just like a photo." Looking at a picture of a girl on her birthday cake, counting the candles. "Mum, that girl is 9 kilometres. I can't smell that. My nose is broken." Blocked. It is a shame it stopped, but I guess life gets in the way. Anyway, I hope that little glimpse of the daily diaries helped whoever asked, and I hope that this maybe encourages those of you with small children to think about recording those cute little phrases. I mean, you might video them, but who knows where technology will be in 20 years. They might not be able to watch the videos anymore. But if you've written them down in a journal, chances are they're going to be able to still read them. I hope. I just wanted to finish this with another quick look at my current systems for keeping a daily journal, a more or less daily journal. It's good. Sometimes you think, who has time? So the 1 line per day is great. I like the Bujo bullet journal idea. I have my month here so I can see at a glance and have appointments and things in. Then I'll have my to-do list, and then I'll put, here. So here's some, whatever that was, exercises, addresses I need, books I've read, whatever's in. What's nice with this system is so I put a washi tape on the month so I can easily turn to each month and find it. And everything's chronological, so I can remember usually, well, not for too long, but here I was doing some paint pouring, and I will remember that it was around November that happened. So later on when I'm flipping through going, what was it? But if I don't remember, I can record it back. I love these look term things. You can come in here and put your page numbers and your notes, which obviously I ran out of room for. About a year after Dad died, I decided to continue with his daily journal because his current one, which started in 2017, only went up until 2022. And it was very useful. And so I eventually, here we go, September 23, I started my own version. I didn't worry about, unless we had a lot of rain, or a ridiculously high temperature or something, I didn't worry about recording that stuff because to me that's not important. But what I do find, writing in things like bought the printer or backwash the filter or whatever, that is useful. So this is something I do keep, every night I can, 1 year since Q arrived, I can always do just one line. Can it just be one word if the only remarkable thing was that it was really hot? Then the other thing, of course, is, as I showed in the family journal, this Linda Barry style of just a quick block. Let me find one. Here we go. So a little self-portrait, a little thoughtful mandala first, a little self-portrait, and then just what you did, what you saw, what you heard, and a quick sketch. Last night, after reading about Let Your Life Be a Mandala, I tried this, actually drawing a little, very bad mandala. And here, although you might not be able to see it, this is a self-portrait of the day. This was my feet in the swimming pool being nibbled by all my little baby fish. People in Japan pay good money for this, Q said. Anyway, this, I don't keep this every night, but I love having it and looking back. There's me and the cat asleep on the lounge. That's the cat hissing at me as a greeting, not as anything else. I don't remember what that is. Oh, this is jelly printing. This is me carrying the jelly print across to here. So those are my current, besides the little bits I'm doing in my junk journals, nothing's daily except really for this one and my Bujo style diary. And then this one, when I feel up to it, my hands are working well enough at bedtime to do some in that. I just wanted to come and show you this little book that I found at the Antiques and Collectables fair that we've started attending to sell our glass. It's very dangerous. There's all sorts of people with fantastic old things there, of course. Now, I think this says Irina Tonsing Stam Book. I don't speak German, but I saw this. I think it is a kind of an autograph book because there appears to be a whole lot of different writing in it. And also all these beautiful things stuck in. So you can see this is from 1947, Bergdorfis. So you see all the writing looks different, but it's all beautifully written in a fountain pen, I guess, with all these sweet little drawings. Maybe it was some sort of a camp. That looks like maybe a German or Austrian equivalent of Girl Guides or something. I just love all these different writings. And oh, it is badly water damaged and falling to pieces, but that just means I can take it apart and put these beautiful old papers into journals that I make without worrying. I don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty harvesting from books that are this damaged. and frail. I think it would just be so lovely getting something like this. Every page is dated. And look at this, little bits of embroidery. This is the page it was open to when I saw it on the vendor's table. And I was just so taken with it. Unfortunately, it's not all embroidered, but that's okay. These are still all very vintage and very sweet. And, well, I think they're sweet. Maybe they're rude. Who knows? I'm guessing they're not. Goodness, that one feels like it's in the paper. Bit of creative. Oh, look, a few of them have done that. Little love heart. Some things never change, do they? I mean, this could just be anybody's. Oh, look at this writing. This could be anybody's autograph book. I don't know. Do kids still do it now? Oh, look. As I love the flowers, they love me. 1957. Well, that's out of place. This is 1949 here. Oh, it's so fragile. Look at this beautiful little pencil, coloured pencil wreath. Malistusex. Oh, I wish I could speak other languages. But alas, I don't. Oh, another bit of embroidered something or other. See, that's sweet. Look at that, and just taped in. Oh dear. Oh, a few more bits of embroidery. Some more. I mean, as much as all the other stuff's lovely, I think that it's the little personal pencil drawings I like best. And they're hardly works of art, but they're evidence of somebody's hand and attention. So there you go. I can tell you right now that probably every time we go to one of these fairs, I'm going to find some treasure like this. It's very exciting. I just love it. I don't know that I will pull it apart. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little flip through from Irina Tonsing's Stammbuch.